through life if you want to. Like, you really are in control of a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
And I know for me, obviously, it's been, I've been very focused on kind of two levels of, obviously, number one, like a lot of accidents. I don't care if you're filming this.
No, these are good conversations. I want to do this as a concept.
Because
you'll talk, and then I'm going to throw you the phone, and then you throw it at me, and like with my thought.
So
it's going to be a new type of interview
with
show.
marketing, though, like seriously, there are a lot of aspects I thoroughly do enjoy, but those can apply in different areas, and just the whole like, no man, the writing's on the wall. I've been graduated for what, like 7.5 years now, and unemployed, legitimately busting my ass to try to send out as many applications as I can for 3 full years of
don't
that
waste your time
7.5.
on that bullshit.
Writing's on the wall where it's like, I need to reapply this in.
Looking for something that you were told to do. You gotta do what's inside you and like go after what you want to do, because everything else is going to be a waste of time. I've learned marriages, careers, they're designed to fuck you over. Like everything, like you tell me as a marketer, you're trying to sell somebody something that you want to give them that they don't necessarily need. And that's what jobs, careers, education, colleges, it's like, oh, this is how you should live your life because you're going to sign up for this and then you're going to owe us. That is true for relationships. You're going to sign this contract, this legally binding marriage enslavement contract. You're going to sign this job non-compete contract. You're going to sign this student loan contract. Like, it's all designed to take your energy and your profits away from you. Like, you just got to do what you want to do, I think. That's what I'm saying. Like, we've all been raised to live in this system of control. It is like the Matrix. Like, that's the analogy. You're a battery. You're supplying energy. Like, when you get a job, hopefully you get a job.
Well, it's not.
Hopefully you don't, honestly. But 30% of it goes to the government. Like drinking, like a lot of your money is going to be wasted on drinking. Like all these systems that are like in place to, this is what you should be doing. You should be going out and like socializing. You should be doing this. Like, I don't know. There are so many traps in life that you have to avoid. Like the only real answer is doing what.
Follow your gut. I think is at the end of the day like the most
so
important
thing. How do you focus like on your gut? Like what? How do you listen to it? Okay. So how do you follow your gut? Like how do you listen to what your purpose is?
So I mean,
you're gonna have to learn some lessons to
lessons, but like look, it's kind of a complicated answer because certainly on one level, like everybody does have their own personality type that leans more heavily into like the thinking, logic side of stuff versus the feeling and emotional side of stuff. And obviously, like every single person on Earth dips into both. It's not just one and only, but I think the whole fact that there is a reason why we have access to both, like where you can say like, okay, emotionally, like I'm kind of feeling like this is kind of possible outcomes, like even if it's just like building up possible future scenarios, just emotionally.
Yeah, you can't predict the future. Like no, and I think that's what your intuition is
and
about.
I think that's the whole point. Like, why the hell
you can't think through everything. Like you have like a spark of inspiration. Like, okay, I need to act on this. I need to do this now. And that's what your gut is. But then you have the logical side to help process like the short term.
Yeah. No,
but I think the long term is your.
I think
gut
you definitely
reaction.
have to go with it first. And like, shit, man, there are lots of like big speakers out there, like TED Talks are gonna like a lot of key ones just about that kind of thought.
Yeah, like how far in the future do you think you can see your future? You can't.
No, and that's the whole thing. Because here's where it gets crazy.
You don't know where you're going to be.
We have a conscious and a subconscious consciously, like, we're talking, I'm listening, you're listening to me speaking right now, you're watching my hands move around. Subconsciously, though, like, you're paying attention to the walls, you're paying attention to everything, the air temperature, to make sure it's not too, like, warm or cold. The subconscious is, like, your feelings. Like, that's the mechanism where it does relay, where it's like, no, that system is it's working a hell of a lot harder, number one, but also, like, a hell of a lot more.
The subconscious is really the mechanism in control. If you think about it, it's millions of years of evolution of just like biological, like reaction, like action, reaction. Like that's your subconscious. It knows how to navigate survival. And then the conscious mind evolved over that to help hunt things. I don't know why the conscious was created. There's a lot of theories on it. For communication, like I think they said, like one of those like language, like once society started evolving, that's all the conscious.
There's an animal level.
Your instinctive level while you're here is controlled by your subconscious. So you gotta follow.
But versus like higher conscious, which is like literally the logic side of stuff. That makes sense. Though I get that.
So where is it leading? Like this unconscious, conscious mind has evolved over the generations. What is it trying to accomplish? Simplicity, art. It's just trying to expand itself, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, overall, getting out there on the thoughts. But overall, don't go down somebody else's path. Like, you gotta find your own path. That's really what I'm saying.
You gotta be true to yourself, though, because it's not necessarily somebody else's path. Like, I feel like, and I don't understand this, I've struggled with this myself, too, of, like, build these perceptions of, like, here's what I need to be doing versus, like, no, at my heart, like, I would rather be, if I had, like, I have, like, a month off, I just got a shitload of cash from nowhere, like, what do I want to go do? Like, I feel like that's the type of stuff where it's like, no, forget, like, this vision that we create, because I feel like sometimes it's not always the right path.
Alright, that's a good point. I think a lot of the stuff that we're like trained to think we should do, like, oh, I should go do this. That seems what I should do.
I don't think
it's like marketing campaigns, like programming us, like, oh, let's.
No, I think
be out at this concert or something. Like, we should be doing this. Like, no, what do I really want to do? I want to come home and go to sleep, or I want to go for a walk. Like, I don't need to, like, I don't. Can't. And it's confusing because you think you're listening to yourself, but what are your real thoughts? Like, what are your.
And I think it ultimately comes down to personality of, like, if you're really more of a thinker versus a feeler. If you're a thinker, maybe it does make sense to more follow your, like, the construct you build for yourself versus.
What's the result of being a thinker versus a feeler, I guess?
And ultimately,
probably
it's good to use both. No, because, like, we do dip into both. The checks and balance, like, if you're just pure emotion,
check the numbers.
If you're pure emotional, like,
you're a woman.
Holy shit! And like you're
a wandering mess. Yeah,
dude, ridiculous stuff.
It's kind of against. But yeah, like that's the instinct. Is the emotional side.
You're an animal, I guess is the best way to put it. Versus like making intelligent, outcome-focused decisions. I don't know.
But I think it's a mix. Like, nobody can predict the outcomes of everything. So I think, one of the big indicators that you can listen to are the moments where you want to wake up and go do that thing. Like, what motivates you to get out of bed? What makes you want to get up in the morning and do that? Like, whatever that activity is, I think that's your subconscious and your conscious, like, working together. Like, that's your purpose. Like, that's why you're here. For instance, this painting, like I was just explaining, I woke up early one morning and wanted to do a painting. 3 hours disappeared.
And the time slippage.
Yeah, like when you're in the flow of things, you don't know where time goes. Like the phrase, time flies when you're having fun. Focus on that stuff. Like that tells you what you need to be doing. Like if you're in a place where you're like, I want to get the fuck out of here, this is horrible, like that's not where you should be. But if you can recognize stuff that motivates you, and where time goes fast, and you feel like you're productive or you're doing what you need to do, like those are your clues. Those are your signs. So anyway, recapturing the last 20 minutes of conversation.